guys, and welcome to another episode, and let's enter the dark side of one of my watch boxes, the homage corner, if you will. Some say copycat, some say even fake, but obviously those are not fake watches because they don't pretend to be a Rolex or a Vacheron Constantin in this case. They claim that they're Pagani design or Baltony, but of course they pay tribute and at some point copy famous watches from the big brand Rolex and the Holy Trinity brand Vacheron Constantin. I don't want to talk about homages much. I talked about homages already on this channel. I find them interesting every now and then. I like to own them because I'm not willing, even though maybe at some point I could spend some money for those watches, but I'm not willing to because they're way too expensive in my opinion to pay so much money for a watch, at least from my financial standpoint. And I simply don't judge people who have who want to have the design but don't have the financial abilities to pay the full amount of 20,000, 100,000, 40,000 euros or dollars for such a watch, but simply like the design and the idea. And I don't find anything wrong with that as long if that's not a fake watch, but simply an homage with a different branding on it. So those things aside, let's take these three watches out of the watch box. And I acquired these watches in 2023, those two, and this one is one of my most recent acquisitions of I think 2 weeks ago, and I really like those three watches. In total, actually they cost me less than $300, and this is astonishing for what you get. Maybe let's go or just wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Omega Seamaster 300 on an aftermarket Milanese strap. Very nice. Paid I think 25 euros for it. It is secure and really gives me the new Seamaster look. The new James Bond model has this one in silver, Milanese strap, and I think this pairs perfectly with the watch. But we're not talking about the Seamaster today. Today it's all about those watches, and maybe we take a look at the obvious or the classic. It's not the Submariner homage, but a Yachtmaster homage. I think this is probably if we talk about Rolex, the one Rolex I wish I could add to my collection. I have the Air King, and I think this is probably another great watch, and it's a little bit under the radar. You can get the Rolex under retail, but of course it's not a Rolex, it's a Pagani design, and it has a coating, a rose gold coating. It's not rose gold, obviously it's not, and it has this Yachtmaster look to it, rose gold, and this they say it's ceramic. I don't know really what it is because I already got some scratches here and I can't really rub them away. The bezel action is 120 clicks. It's quite nice, a little high pitchy, if you will, and it aligns actually quite good. It has some backplate to it. What I really like about this one is the date magnifier. Love it or hate it. I think it's quite interesting, and it really does its job quite well compared to Steinhardt watches, for example, which also make some great homages to Rolex models. This one really is useful. You can really use it as a real help to read the date. The watch is an automatic watch, and what's great about it, it comes with the Seiko movement. It's the NH34, which is more or less the standard workhorse Seiko movement. Really reliable, easy to swap out, and it also gives you this watch 100 meters of water resistance. It obviously doesn't have 4 Hertz is the NH34, so it comes with this standard 3 Hertz movement, but this doesn't hurt anyway, because it's therefore I think quite bulletproof with this 100 meters of water resistant and nice winding action. Just listen to it. Quite smooth, and this see-through case back, especially if you're a first-time watch owner, automatic mechanical watch owner, I think this is a really nice aspect. Also, the color combo is quite nice. I'm not that much into rose gold or gold watches. I only have silver watches, aside from this Walbrook, which is a kind of two-tone. Of course, it's not real gold, but it's the first piece in my collection with some gold to it. And I think, but this combination with the black and the rose gold, also black rubber strap, makes it a little bit more casual, tones the watch down, and I think you can wear it almost at any occasion, and you don't have to worry about it, because it's not the 25,000 euros price tag, but less, for around 60-70 euros you can catch these on AliExpress. And also the rubber strap is quite nice. It has this waffle pattern here, really keeps the strap a little bit away from your wrist so you don't sweat so easily, and also the rubber is really flexible and not a dust magnet, unlike other rubbers I experienced, for example by Seiko. Also the buckle is quite nice with the Pagani branding, and overall the quality and the feeling is great. I also include a lume shot. The lume isn't that great and long lasting. Then we come to another favorite of this homage section. It's the Pagani Design chronograph, which is heavily inspired by the Paul Newman, so-called Paul Newman Daytona, with this creamy panda dial. It has a ceramic bezel that's not perfectly made. With the look at the 4 here at the 400, there are some let's say parts that could be enhanced quality wise, but after all, it is for the money, for way under 100 euros you get a really nice sporty quartz chronograph. Also include wrist shots, also of the Yachtmaster or Pagani Design Yachtmaster homage. But first take a look at this Pagani Design chrono, really nice on the wrist. Also the bracelet, of course, very close to the original, let's say the modern original, but because the Paul Newman Daytona didn't have such an let's say fine or new style Rolex clasp, but it works a little bit sharp here and there. But overall, nice mechanism. Even has this kind of easy link, which is not that easy to operate, so I'll leave it at the position it currently is. The case back has this kind of, I would say, it looks almost like a McLaren race car logo on the back. Pagani Design, 100 meters of water resistant, also here really nice, and it comes with the Seiko quality quartz movement. This is what they claim. It has screw-down pushers, and it's a mecha quartz. You can see nice clicky action. Stop it, and then unscrew it here and bring it back. So has a feeling almost like on my Speedmaster. I don't find this screw-in way of the push is very useful. It's not very useful because a chronograph, I think you have to operate it instantly, and but of course it should add to the water resistance, but I'm not sure if it really does the job, if there are any additional seals. But this is also screw down, nice aspect. Many of you like it. If you have a screw down crown, and the 100 meters water resistance are very reassuring, and also nice detail. I don't know if it's the same here. No, here is not the same. But if you screw it in, the Pagani logo perfectly aligns. Something you don't have on Rolex watches, apart from maybe I think the expensive metal versions, platinum and stuff. But the other ones don't align. At least on my Air King, the crown isn't up. This is a nice detail they could pay attention to, but this is just my opinion. And then we come to the biggest bargain, or I think nicest watch there is to buy currently in the homage section on AliExpress. It's this Baltony. Of course, it's a strong homage to the platinum version, I think, of the Historique Américain, the watch by Vacheron Constantin of the Holy Trinity, then the American 1921, I think it's called. And of course, it's a quirky design with this little special dial layout. Everything is over to the right side, and why so? It's not really sure. There's some kind of urban myth that car drivers, race car drivers in the 1920s, 30s wore this on the inside of their wrists, because back in those days you grabbed the steering wheel at the more or less on the 5-7 position instead on the 10-2, and so the time could have been easier to read in this position. But after all, a nice watch. It's an automatic. You can be manually wound, and I find it really interesting. You know, I had the Nomos Club Campus in this also very similar silver shade, and also in this gray shade, but I found it really boring, this Bauhaus, even though it was a California dial, but this Bauhaus design, and this one with this Breguet numerals, this nice structure on the dial, and those really applied numbers, also with the sub-second and everything moved to the right, makes it way more interesting. And also the case shape, really interesting. This is 36 millimeters, but because of its square, it wears a little bit larger, so I think this is the perfect size for my 7-inch wrist. And also the strap is of nice leather. It feels good. The buckle is quite nice, and overall I can't really complain. It has sapphire crystal on it, stainless steel. 50 meters of water resistance for a dress watch is just perfectly fine, and overall I'm really happy with it. I don't know whether this is painted or heat blued, the sub-second. Maybe it's just painted, but it's nicely done. And this one really shines in not perfect lighting condition, because you see how the numbers glow, and also the pattern on the dial is just very nice. I think for the money, way under $200, this is a bargain. And if you like the design of the Vacheron Constantin but are not willing to pay the 30,000-40,000 euros or whatever, I think you can't go wrong with it. If you look for a dress watch and you know you won't wear it that much, so it's just a piece you wear probably once or twice a month, why not save a lot of money and get this one and have a very nice also conversation starter. It's really a piece to talk about. Not many out there know the Vacheron Constantin model, but it's getting more popular also because of this one, and say why not. I think those are 3 nice watches you can buy. This could be your 3-piece collection. You have a sporty diver like watch, another sporty but also easily to be dressed up grab and go watch with this quartz movement, and you have this dress watch which is quirky and something different. So I hope you like this episode. If you want more of those kind of videos, or maybe some comparison videos, Seiko against Citizen, for example, let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would be really thankful if you do so. Leave some comments, give me a thumbs up, and leave some ideas which videos you want to watch next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.